We just started chatting. He was talking about his life and my life, and it seemed to coincide as we've both been in the army. And I had this overwhelming feeling that he cared for me and he just wanted to do as much as he could for me. It was just a very normal relationship. We were talking about everyday things, and we did this for about 2 months. And then he started going into more detail about what he was doing over in Mali, covert operation. And then he was talking about his business with this gold consignment that he was trying to transport from Mali to Turkey, then to the London Port Authority. The first time he asked for some money was about £4,000. He was going through a divorce and didn't have any access to his accounts because his wife and he had joint accounts, and that's why he needed extra help to pay for the actual taxes at the different ports. I hadn't seen him at all. We'd just been messaging. I did ask to talk to him or video FaceTime, but he said because he was on a covert mission, he couldn't risk that, let me see who he was. Well, after a long time of giving him money, I realised I had lost nearly all my savings. I ended up giving him $132,000. He just kept on asking for money, and he wouldn't take no for an answer because I really couldn't help him anymore. So I insisted on him phoning me, and I said I wouldn't pay him anymore until he actually phoned me, of which he did. And then that's when I realised he had a foreign accent, and it wasn't the person I thought it was. And I was in a state of turmoil. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't turn to anyone. It just affected my work. I couldn't sleep. In the end, I just said, well, I'm going to go and tell the police. And he turned around and threatened me and said if I did, I would go down with him and we'd both end up in jail. So I didn't. I kept quiet. How it all came to light was that the bank actually contacted me to say that they'd noticed a lot of money had been going out of my bank. I explained that it was this guy. Then they suggested I go to the Action Fraud website and fill out a form there. And then since then, the Metropolitan Police got in touch. The result of this scam was that they actually caught this guy. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison. And 2 weeks later, I did get my money back from the bank. The advice I would give to people who are in the same situation as I was would be to report it immediately. You're not stupid, you're the victim, and they're preying on you. And so you need to be able to go for help as soon as possible. To be able to recognise someone who is scamming you, they're very clever and they're very friendly and they build up a rapport with you. Then eventually when the time is right, they begin a yarn that they're short of money. So that's why you have to really be careful. And one thing you have to watch is what you put on your profile, because that's what they'll take into consideration and they'll use it. I want to tell people my story because I'm still affected. Think about it every day. It doesn't go away. I just don't want people to go through the same thing as I went through.